Hi there, it's Handmade by Shirley. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Keep sharing out my videos with your friends and family and anybody you think would like to see this. So today I'm making backgrounds, and then I'm going to put a card together that I've already pre-cut all my pieces out. What I'm actually just going to show you, well, I'm not just going to show you, but I'm going to show you how I got my background pieces. So these are the background pieces I made from the last time. I did it on Yupo, but this time I think I'm going to do it on multifarious. So this is the beautiful Dragonfly die from Gummiapan, and it just absolutely cuts out beautifully. So I cut out a couple of dragonflies from my background, and I cut this piece out just into a square, and I've got a couple of matte layers there as well, and this is just a little die cut that I had in my tray, which I think I might add as well. So first of all, I'm going to die cut, not die cut, this is also another little one. I'll just show you, which I used with some of the other colours. So yep, so I'm going to make that into a kind of slimline card as well. So you might see that on my social media too and think, oh, she didn't make that, but it's just the same. I've die cut out the dragonfly from the backgrounds that I made, and I've got a wee bit missing somewhere. Got this bit. I have got this bit somewhere. It's up there somewhere. So I'm going to make that into a kind of slimline card as well. So you will probably see that on my social media as well. But it's so lovely how that dragonfly has cut in to these backgrounds. So just get on, and I'll show you how I made the backgrounds. So what I would say to you, if you are doing these spritzing backgrounds, make sure you've got nothing that is nearby that you don't want sprayed with Mica Mist or water or anything. Just make sure your space is covered with whatever you use, and then you'll be fine. So this is multifarious paper, and I think it's got a bit wet on it, but that's okay. And it is, I bought it from Lavinia, and it measures 6 by 6, so it's perfect. So I've got these two sprays, and I did do a couple of backgrounds just before I came on, and you can see there where that lovely mica has come out, the Kingfisher blue. And then there is mica in here, you can't quite see it on this one. So I'm going to do a couple of backgrounds like those, and that is how you could then use it either as a panel, or as you can die cut whatever you want out of it. So when you get this mist, the mica powder, it's just powder you get, so you then have to add water, and then I just like to roll this around in my hands. I don't like to shake it particularly, and that just kind of gets the mica going through the water and the rest of the powder that's in there. And I've also got a little sprayer bottle as well, and I have got my, forgot the name of it, my ink blower, just in case. So these are quite, you can buy them, I got this from Lavinia I think, but you can buy them from Ranger or Amazon. I'm sure you would get that off as well. So I've got that, but I don't necessarily need that. You could use a heat gun if you wanted on a low setting, just to move it about, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to spray my paper with a little bit of water first, and then I'm going to use this Fruit Sorbet Oh, and I sprayed it the wrong way. That wasn't very good. So you'll see, as you spray that onto water, it disperses and it makes a lovely pattern. So you just, the spray, it's beautiful. And I'm just going to give that a little bit of a, so you know that in itself could be a background. You don't have to put any more on, you could just leave that as is, and that could be a fairly subtle background, or you could just move it around a bit by picking up your card and just moving the ink around. Like so, and that in itself makes a nice pattern. I'm just going to move you back up again. And you can see I sprayed it on the wrong bit. So luckily I've got all my stuff not near there, so that's fine, not to worry. So just keep a couple of wipes, and then you can actually take this off and use this part here to actually make a pattern as well with your ink. So that's quite a subtle one, just using the one colour. So I'll pop that over. So I say you could run it about. So I'm saying that you can just do it quite subtly if you don't want a big dark bit. You want to keep it quite subtle and light, that's fine. You know, it's, you do what you want, it's your thing to do. And you can just move it around just by tilting the card like that. And that could be one background. So let's get another piece and we'll do this a wee bit more with some more. So more multifarious card, and this time I am not going to wet the paper. I'm just going to, I've got that all over me. Look at the state of me already. By the way, this does come off. It does eventually come off. Because I did it and I was like, oh no, look at the state of my hands. And I was going out somewhere the next day. I thought, oh gosh. But it actually does. If you just give them a good wash, a really good wash, a couple of times, not at the same time, obviously over time, or if you want at the same time, and it will come off. Right, so I said I wasn't going to put water on this one first, so I'm just going to spray the Kingfisher on. And isn't that gorgeous? It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colour. And then I'm going to add some, no, I'm not going to add any water yet. So I'm going to add a little bit of the pink. I'll just have to, I don't know why it's, that's better, it's spraying better now. So I have put quite a lot on there, and that's okay. And you can see there how you can see the mica already just like kind of bursting open there when you come to see. It might do it on that one, I'm not sure. So we can give this a wee run around as well to mix the colours in, and you can drop it off your tray, your glass mat, whatever. You could leave it like that to dry, but I don't want to. What I want to do is wipe that away for a bit. I want to add some water. So I'm just going to drip this on like that. You could actually use a brush as well to drip some water on. So just pop in your brush if it goes in. That brush isn't very big to go in. Let's put this brush in, that'll fit. And then you could just do that with your brush, and you can see how the water creates these cells in the already mica that's there. And you can do as many splats as you like. Okay. And if you want to do some more, you just do more. That's it. Want to do a wee bit more. So this is all therapeutic. It's all nice things to do. Because sometimes I think craft can feel like, oh, it's not enjoyable. It should always be enjoyable. Should always be enjoyable, I think. So I've did that, and okay, I'm just going to take off some of that as well, because I don't want all of that on there. So something wet like a cloth, you could do that with if you wanted. So I've just reined that back in, and you can see the mica, the gold mica in that. Is absolutely gorgeous. And I like that it's all sort of dotty as well. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine that it's dotty. But you know, moving it about just creates the pattern that you want. The patterns are so lovely. They're not even things that you think, oh gosh, I planned that. You just kind of stumble upon them, don't you? And that is really, really so nice, so therapeutic. I just love doing these sorts of things. That's why I love doing the marble printing. So I'm just going to put another wee drop of water on. See if I can do it with the brush again. I liked it with the brush, because there we go. See how that's made a... Now if you leave that to dry, hopefully it'll dry like that. So it's just a brush, any brush, and a little bit of water, and you can see how lovely that goes. So I'm going to leave that and pop that with the other one, because I don't want to. So that was basically how I made my backgrounds, and then I die cut them out, as I say, using that Gummiapan Dragonfly, which I was delighted to get, because it just, I've been looking for a butterfly or a dragonfly for ages that has like a back piece to it, because a lot of butterflies and dragonflies don't seem to have a back plate. So I was so delighted when I saw that, and I'm just wiping up so we can get on with the next piece. Don't have a back plate. That is a bit annoying, so I'm just going to give my hands a wee wipe as well. And then, so I'll show you the two backgrounds. So I've done those two there, and they will dry. That one's already starting to dry, and you can see a wee bit of the mica in that, but not much. And this one is still quite wet, so I might go back in and just put a few more drops of water back on that one. So I'm just cleaning my fingers off, because I don't want to really get any stuff on my card that I've pre-cut out. So just giving, I like to keep some wipes at the table, especially when you're doing this kind of thing. So I'll put these back up to dry, and as I say, I'll probably add some extra bits of water onto that. These were the ones I did just before I came on, so you can see how lovely they are. That one's got so much lovely mica. That one not so much. But yeah, they're just lovely. Hope I'm not making you too dizzy. Pop that back up to dry, and I just tend to like to air dry them. I mean, you can use your heat tool, but it probably on low to dry them. I'll just bring this up slightly. Okay, there we go. And so let's bring in the card that I've already cut out. I hope I don't get blue everywhere or something on it. So I have got a piece of, probably can hear that bus going past. Sorry if you can. So I've already cut my pieces out, as I said. I used the Gummiapan Dragonfly. So with that you get, now you've got 3 pieces here, but this bit, it shouldn't be here, so I'll pop that there. So it was a piece like this. I don't think I've still got it, I might have, I think it was. So it was a piece like this, so I had purple and the blue Kingfisher in there. And I might have had some other, I think I blended some other inks onto that first as well, and then put these on top. But you can see the lovely shine of the mica on that. And I cut out the dragonfly a couple of times. I did it, I've done it. And then I found some, and then I had the extra piece of that, so I've cut that into a little square. So I cut these out, the back plate and that. And then, as I say, this was an extra piece. So my card base is measuring at 5.5 squared. Then I've got a piece of Mirri card which is measuring at 5 and just short of 5.5. And then I've got a sort of white pearlised weave piece of card which is measuring at 5 by 5 squared. Then I cut this other piece of the weaved pearlised, which I'd been using for a wedding card, to just 2 1/8 squared. Oh, before that I had a piece of Mirri card which was 2 2/8 squared, and then 2 1/8 for the other, and then this piece with the background was 2 inches squared all round. So I want to just pop that all together now. So what I want to do first is just pop my dragonfly on to the back plate. So I've just glued it in the middle like that, because I want the wings to kind of sit up, and I might need a little, I'll just leave that there. And then I want to add, I'm also going to add some gilding wax actually. So I'll just put these matte layers together. So I'll just get these ones on. So just pop that on. Make sure it's kind of giving a even border all the way around, and it's straight if we can. And then this piece, so there should be a wee border all the way around here as well. So using the wet glue gives you that manoeuvrability to slide it so that it's got, you know, it's got, oh, I don't know what that is glue, not so good. There we go. Just gives the manoeuvrability to slide it. And then the same here, we're going to just pop these together, so these two together. But first, before I pop that other piece down, I'm going to put a little bit of gilding wax around the edge, like that. just get your layers up together. And I had thought of putting my layer like that as well as a diagonal, so we'll see, not sure. So before we put it on, we put it together, we'll pop that to the side so we don't get it covered in gilding wax. So I thought I would put some gilding wax. So I've got silver gilding wax from Peebo, not sure how it's pronounced. And what I do is I just put a little bit onto my glass mat. I don't put it directly onto what I'm doing because then I might just get a big thick blob. So I've glued these together, so holding these together, I'm just going to, still a bit wobbly, I'm just going to go around the very edge of that dragonfly. So just round the edge like that, and if I can hold it round this bit, do the same, not too much. Just a very, very slight hint of it around the edge like that. There we go. And then the body, I'm just going to put a wee bit on there. I think I'll probably end up covering it like that. And then round the edge here, I just want to put a little bit, might need a little bit more. So just around the edge, just drag your finger down. You can just see there's a slight bit there on the edge. So just drag your finger down all the way round. And then same here. There we go. Now, that's fine. I'm just going to wipe that away. Put these away. Just try and wipe just try and wipe your space as quickly as you can when you've done something like that, because then it keeps it all clean and there's no chance of getting anything onto your base card, says she. So I'm just cleaning off my fingers because obviously I used that pinky. Just trying to get that off. Right, that should be okay now. So I just want to put this little tiny body onto the dragonfly. So I'm just going to pop actually a bit on here because it's only going to be going on there. And I'm just going to, if you prefer to use tweezers, just use tweezers. I try to use tweezers, but it's not always effective when I do. So just hold it for a few minutes so it's in place. Hold that bit underneath as well. It's a bit squinty. Came up. Just hold it for a few seconds. Hopefully it will be sticking. Yeah, that's okay, I think. Like that. There we go. And then I'll just give my fingers a wee wipe again because I don't want to get covered, get my white card. And if I do apologise. So bring the card back. And then what we want to do is we decide if we're going to have it. Oh, that's another bit that's a bit glue there. So we decide if we're going to have it like this or if we're going to have it straight. So this is what it would look like this, roughly, which is quite nice. And then like that, perhaps. I'm not sure what way I'm going to pop that. I'm going to pop that there and this in the middle, perhaps. Or we could have it just like so. No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it down straight and not complicate things too much. So just pop glue in the back of that. Pop that on. Get it in the center with a reasonable border around. I'm just going to pop it down and reburnish on the back. It's not quite gone down. And then this is our opening. So I think we'll just pop it in there on the middle, basically, more or less the middle, like that. Oh, she's come off. Don't come off. It's come off. Will we have this bit or not? Let's just have that wee bit there. And I will put a sentiment of some description on. I'm not sure what yet. Let's just this tweezers. Tweezers are good for certain areas. Oh. That's it. And then we'll just pop him or her on the. So what I'm going to do is pop these bits up. And I'm going to glue down the back piece. Like that. And I have got something on there, but I've managed to cover it, I'm sure, with a gem or something. So just stick this on. Like that, just get our tweezers, stick that in place. We'll manage to move that. I don't know. And that's your card with the background. So I hope you've enjoyed watching today, and as I say, thank you very, very much to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I don't mean you're old, I just mean that it's lovely to have all the subscribers that I've got. Now I've got a couple of sequins. I think that's probably too big. Yep. No, I will put this up on my social media. Handmade by Shirley on Instagram and Handmade by Shirley on Facebook. And thank you for watching, and I hope you'll try this for yourself. Okay, bye for now. See you soon.